Yes, guys, welcome to your first of two videos of today, and this is your Chelsea news, as Chelsea still look for more options for the striker position, as Liam Delap will be out for 6 to 8 weeks, maybe even longer. They've discussed Mark Q, they've discussed Nicholas Jackson, they've discussed many other striker options such as Conrad Harder, such as Joyce Pender, such as Colin Rouhani. And I'll be giving you my opinion on that. Along with that, there's been a bit of an update on Fermin Lopez. And yeah, let's get right into it. So let's start off with Nicholas Jackson. Now, obviously, I believe I didn't make a video on this last night, but Nicholas Jackson wants to play for Bayern. Obviously, following Liam Delap's injury, it has caused Chelsea to ring up Bayern and say deals off. We've been later informed Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson is not happy about this. Nicholas Jackson wants to play for Bayern. He doesn't want to come back to Chelsea. He is reluctant. He wants to stay in Munich. He is currently still in Munich. Now, obviously, if you don't know, Nicholas Jackson wanted to leave Chelsea 3-4 weeks ago. Chelsea said, sure, we'll grant you your wish. Nicholas Jackson wasn't in the squad because he wanted to leave. This has come out by Kieran Gill. I'm not believing The Guardian. I'm sorry. If you want to believe The Guardian, sure. But I'm believing Kieran Gill. I'm believing Chelsea, mainly Chelsea-related journalists, and Fabrizio and Ornstein. I'm sorry. I just am believing that. So yeah, I'm not believing The Guardian. Because I know that The Guardian did say Nicholas Jackson's preference would be to stay at Chelsea. I'm not believing that. I'm sorry, you can if you want. But, yeah, he wanted to leave. He got his wish. But we were not expecting a Liam Delap hamstring injury, were we? Match week 3 of the season. We were not expecting that. So we're obviously kind of looking at strikers. Mark Q did also get brought up. Mark Q would obviously be open to playing a key role for Chelsea, I'm assuming at least. Off the bench, maybe starting. He will definitely start a lot, so Mark Q is an option, but I do not think Mark Q coming back would be a great idea, even though he will get more game time here than he would at Sunderland. But in my opinion, out of these 3 strikers, what we've inquired about, and there's more, by the way. Joyce Pender, Colin Rouhani, Conrad Harder. Conrad Harder is the youngest out of the 3, at the age of, I believe, 20. He is a Norwegian / Danish, I believe, Norwegian international, plays for Sporting, was initially at Nordsjælland, which is, I believe, Norwegian, or it might be Danish. I believe Norwegian. And he's a really good prospect. Do we want a prospect right now? No. We probably want someone at the age of 23 to 24 who's ready, who can score goals, whether that be in Europe, Bundesliga, whatever. I just don't think it's worth getting a 20-year-old. What we will then probably send out to Strasbourg. So in my opinion, it would be smarter to go for a Pender, to go for a Colin Rouhani. Because what we can then do is back out of the Fermin Lopez discussions and go João Pedro in the 10. 2 strikers. But obviously João Pedro can play up front as well. So that would practically mean that we will still have 3 strikers. Kinda. Now, I do think Joyce Pender is my go-to option. Now, I'll tell you what, I've been a big admirer and a big fan of Joyce Pender. He's fast. He can finish. His runs are amazing, by the way. And he's quite technical as well. If you've ever watched Leipzig, you'll see his pace in full fruition. I love Joyce Pender. Now, Colin Rouhani, on the other hand, his days at Frankfurt were good. Right? He then went to PSG, flopped. went to Juventus. I don't know how he did at Juventus. But Colin Marley only wants Juventus. He doesn't want a Premier League move. He wants to stay somewhere where he feels at home, which is Juventus. So let's rule out Colin Marley from this discussion. But yeah, what's my thoughts on this whole Nicholas Jackson bullshit then? He's in the wrong. Look, the club gave you what you want. At least help the club again. You can move in January, but at least help the club. And if you don't want to do that, then that's just you being an absolute unprofessional player. Just highly emotional. No. And heck, you could even do so well that you win the fans over. And I believe it's the fans what made Nicholas Jackson want to leave anyways. If he can't handle fan pressure, then you're not suitable for Chelsea. There is pressure when playing for Chelsea Football Club. So, yeah, I mean, look, I don't mind if Jackson comes back, but I would rather us just go for someone who actually wants to be here. I do think Lloyd Depend is an option, though, which means dealing with Leipzig again. And I remember last time we dealt with Leipzig. No comment. Anyways, let's move on to Fermin Lopez. Well, Chelsea did submit a €40 million bid yesterday. Barcelona don't want to sell unless player asks to leave. The player would want major game time. And we probably can't offer that, Chelsea. So, yeah, he wants major game time guarantees, especially in the World Cup year. And in my opinion, I like Fermin Lopez. I do prefer Fermin Lopez over Xavi Simons. But I would also prefer Kluivert over Fermin Lopez and Xavi Simons. I want Kluivert, okay? And I don't think it will happen. But Kluivert is surely on their scouting list. Now, obviously, a 10 isn't needed. But, especially with the loan deal of Buonanotte, I definitely think that there's an opportunity here to go, right, there's a market opportunity in the 10 position. Right, there's a market opportunity up front. Which one are we taking? Because there will obviously be a market opportunity at any time. But I do not think we're going for a 10 anymore this window. I think we are going to prioritise striker over a 10. And the funny thing is that we signed 3 strikers. One of them was signed to be a 10, or like a versatile attacker who can play anywhere across the front line, including up front. But guess what? He's seen as a striker by Enzo Maresca. But also only can play anywhere, but because his displays up front were so good, we started him up front most games. And I do kind of feel like that we kind of put ourselves into a dodgy situation. Nicholas Jackson wants to leave, so he's not involved in squads. He's been training with the first team, which shows that he's clearly still liked by the club and clearly could still get involved post deadline day. If he was really bought out of the club, then why isn't he in the bomb squad? The question that only the dummies will tell me why he's not. Only the dummies will. And trust me, there are some fans in this fan base who are absolutely a bit agendavist. So yeah. And I have to deal with a lot of them on Twitter. Trust me. But yeah, nothing else really. I do not think we're going for Fermin Lopez fully. I do think we'll get a striker, and I do want Lloyd Depend. Let me know your thoughts down below. Like, subscribe, turn the post notifications, and peace!